Hello lovely Capricorn, here is your August 2025 reading. Okay, I'm away from home at the moment. I'm at the boys' student accommodation, shall I just say. So there won't be an extended reading this month because basically I'm running out of time. I'm away from home and I haven't got most of my equipment with me, but I just wanted to get a reading out to you, my lovely Capricorns. So here I am. Oh my God. What do we need to know for Capricorn? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. How are you, Capricorn? Tell me in the comments. Okay, I keep a close eye on you. I've got my Moon and my Mars in Capricorn, and I like you folks. So let me know what's going on with you. Let me know in the comments. First card I get for you is the Ten of Wands, which I'm not surprised. There is always a pressure on Capricorns being ruled by Saturn anyway. And I don't know, like I'm thinking of the word lightness or levity or what it would take to get this off your back. Because Capricorns will carry the load, as in you're kind of designed for it, but that doesn't necessarily mean A, that you want to, B, that it's your destiny, or C, that other people shouldn't like split that backpack with you a little bit more. So I feel like there's a message here of how much shit are you carrying for other people? That's the message that I get. And how much of it can you offload? Okay. To be fair, when I think of the boys' fairy godfather, who is as Capricorn as they get, which makes him very reliable, very good at duty, you know, he turns up on time, he's not going anywhere, he takes his fairy godfather role really seriously. But when I think of him at work, or even not at work, he finds it hard to delegate. I know that much. He finds it hard to delegate and he finds it hard to receive help. So I think what I'm saying to you is, take the help that's on offer. And for some of you, recognize the help that's on offer. What is that? I'm sorry, there's just like some old towel draped on the radiator. Okay, take the help that's on offer and don't take on any more or even jettison some of what you've got. Whether it's worry, whether it's financial things, emotional things, whatever. Then we've got the Moon. I rather like this. It's muck and mystery and divine feminine energy, but also it's telling us about the energy of full moons is going to be, I think, watershed for you. It's going to be good for you. Particularly beginning of September, around the 7th, I think we have a full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. Pisces is 2 signs away from you in the zodiac wheel. And in my experience, you're very simpatico with Pisces energy, especially if some of you have that in your chart already. So there's going to be some kind of emotional release available to you around the beginning of September, but I think you're going to start feeling it just towards the very end of August. Okay, so be aware. You may feel like what I call chucking a blub, you know, you may feel over emotional, or for you over emotional, and that can take the form of crying at adverts, doom scrolling, just feeling a bit more tender, like a bit more emotionally like that. Okay, but it's good for you. We also get the Two of Swords, just a reminder that Mercury is indeed, as if we didn't know, retrograde until the 10th of August, but then a few days after that, you know, pound to a pinch of shite, it's till about the 20th of August, I would say, if we were going to name it. Okay. Yes. Tell me more about Capricorn's energy and what's around them and what is coming up for them in August 2025. We've got the Emperor, which I quite like. It's giving me an itchy nose. I don't like with the Emperor, it's the father of the tarot and it's traditionally like the CEO card or taking charge. I also get the King of Swords. So whether this is about your love life, your work life, or whatever's going on for you at the moment, there's quite a tight control about what you're doing. And I feel like that control isn't entirely yours. So this can represent the patriarchy, slightly oppressive vibes. Now, Capricorn can very often be the boss, but also you can be quite happy to work to deadlines and you can be quite happy to put a good shift in. But there's something here about a need for escapism and a need for freedom and a need for being your own person and not apologizing for that. And it may involve you bucking the trend a little bit rather than going along with it, which isn't your normal way of doing things. We've got the Eight of Swords, which if we look here, that's two lots of blindfolds that we've got with swords. This means that there is like a structure that hems you in a little, that makes you, it traps you a bit and it makes your horizon shrink. This King of Swords as well, you need to watch for this because King of Swords can be someone who is very shrewd, very intelligent, very organised that you're dealing with. But it can also be on the edge of narcissism, self-involvement, bit selfishness. So some of you may at work be dealing with a regime or a person that is unnecessarily harsh on you. And it feels like this would be a very good time for clearing these energies, especially around the time of late August, early September. We've got a new moon in Virgo. When is it? 23rd of August, which is a fellow earth sign. And then we have another new moon partial solar eclipse in September the 23rd. And I feel like that window for the last week of August to the almost last week of September, you've got the opportunity to put strategies in place and to shift and to change the way you're dealing with oppression, the way you're dealing with people, and the way you're dealing with the freedom to live your life the way you want to. Six of Wands, my friends, winner, winner, chicken dinner. Now, this one isn't given to you on a plate. This is like fortune favours the brave. If you want to be successful, or if you want to be, in inverted commas, because it always is, happy, following your own North Star will involve cutting ties with some of these things that bind you. Okay, how does this work out in your relationships and your love life? What do we need to know about that? Oh, that's nice. Okay, I don't mind that at all. You've got some thinking to do, but we kind of know that. Some contemplation. It's the Four of Cups. It's what I call emotional neutral. So, but it's also taking yourself to one side, meditating a bit, going within, feeling out what is important to you in relationships and whether that is where you're at or not. And that sounds easier than it is. It probably doesn't even sound easy. But don't ignore what's right in front of your face is the first message I get. And don't, what's the word? Don't play down your own feelings about something. If you feel whatever you feel in terms of your relationship to someone else, your relationship to a friend, a loved one, a lover, to the world in general, the heart wants what it wants, and you don't have to apologize for that, but you do need to express it. Okay? Two of Cups, no less. Venus in Cancer. Partnership is available to you. I don't know if it isn't attached to a particular person. So don't try and make, I'm getting like a Cinderella channeled message. Don't try and make your foot fit the shoe. Make the shoe fit the foot. Where did that come from? In other words, they need to fit round you this time. Whether that's someone you're involved with already, or somebody new, or the next person. There ain't nothing wrong with you as a foot. They need to fit onto you. Okay? Don't keep cramming your foot into the wrong shoe. Sounds a bit Benny Hill. And then we've got the Strength card. Know thyself. Not sure where the space helmet comes from, but I'm going with it. Know thyself. And Capricorn, you do know yourself, and you don't need to apologise for being yourself. Not at all. What is holding you back this month? What is holding you back? Lovely Capricorns. What is holding you back? Okay. And take 4. Okay, cool. Page of Cups is the first shadow card that you get for what's holding you back. How can I cultivate a sense of openness and curiosity in my emotional life, even in the face of uncertainty? Okay. By being yourself. And by being pretty uncompromising, I would say. No F's given. Not in a flippant kind of a way, but you're certainly not bending to fit anyone else's mould. I think that's been going on a bit too long for some of you. We get the Six of Swords as a shadow card. What transitions or changes am I resisting, despite knowing they are necessary for my growth and well-being? Well, every good garden needs a prune. So the things that you need to chop out, you need to chop out. Also, be open to change and be open to receiving. To give is to remain in control. To receive is to rescind that control and trust in the universe. And that is difficult, especially when you're ruled by Saturn, but enormously beneficial to you. Okay? 9 of Wands. Where do I feel guarded or defensive? What past wounds or experiences have led me to put up barriers? Now, boundaries are never going to be a problem for you because you're Capricorn. Okay, we know this. But barriers and boundaries are different. Boundaries are like gates. You can open them, you can close them. Barriers are barriers. Brick walls, you know, fences. See where defensiveness is taking over from good boundaries and seek to, it's not to fix it, but just seek to, it's this card here. Hang on, see if I can get it off the table. Sink into your feminine, divine feminine energy. What will be. And if it's something that's out of line, you will catch it, but you don't need the fence or the wall to be so high. And then lastly, you get the Three of Pentacles as a shadow card. What skills do I possess that I undervalue? And how can I cultivate a sense of pride? I don't think that's it with this card. The Three of Pentacles is a card of cooperation, co-opting. This is about finding people who you can work with that you can trust. Whether that's friends, whether that's enemies, it can be. A team is a team. But it's also finding people that you're on the same page with so that you're not the one, whether it's in love or whether it's in your general life, carrying this heavy load. when you could be skipping up that hill or running up that hill. I know, with no problem. Thank you, lovely Capricorn. Do leave me a comment and do check out the pick a card readings for you to binge and enjoy, which is down there in the comments section, and I will see you soon. Namaste.